Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between BounD, who spawns as the Red Protoss, and Evil Genius's EG.IdrA, spawning as the Blue Zerg. This game was played under the North American ladder very recently, I think within the past 2 days. It is a ZVP on Entombed Valley, and because it is this map, I don't think BounD will be going for any type of hyper-aggressive play like a 7-gate, because it is so easy for a Protoss player to go on 3 bases, just take out these rocks, have this ward off, and then boom, you are on 3 bases. For the Zerg player, yes, it's easy for him to go on all 3 bases, however, it is very hard for him to take this 4th base, so if the Protoss player goes on 3 bases, he can just take out the 3rd, and then just win the game from there. It's much easier for a Protoss player to hold 4 bases than it is for the Zerg, just because this area is relatively small. Force fields and Colossus work so well, and I can't wait to see exactly what is going to be going on in this game. We do have BounD going out to scout while EG.IdrA sending his Overlord in the correct position. And EG.IdrA most likely will be going for a 15 pull. I just want to say, he has completely changed his playstyle as of lately. His mindset has got ridiculously good. I can't believe that he got 2-0'd by JYP, and then lost the first game to Inori, who 2-0'd Stefano, and came back to win that series in MLG. That is just something that is miraculous for EG.IdrA, because not only does he always lose the series if he loses the first game, it's just so high rate of him losing the entire set if he loses that first game because of his mind. So when you go from a 2-0 loss to another Protoss player who stomps you in one game, oh man, does that hurt your mental set? Hopefully that makes sense, but we will get to get what both players are doing. We have a forge going up for a Protoss player, BounD, and EG.IdrA does go for that pull opener, not getting any gas just yet, and he is going to be going for that hatch at 17 supply. Now the Protoss player is going to come in and scout this. He isn't going to see any gas just yet, which means, okay, it may not be super early aggression. I don't have to worry about a Roach Rush or a Baneling Bust to attack my second base, because I'm going to have sentries up before he puts on any pressure. So he does know right now that EG.IdrA is going in for a macro game, and that is no surprise. We will see EG.IdrA taking his 3rd base relatively soon. I would say it's going to be before this next Overlord, probably around 24-25 supply if EG.IdrA is smart, but BounD going to be just hanging right by here, has his probe on patrol and just watching that base, because again, he knew there was no gas, so the next move for EG.IdrA would be right here. We do have a few lings on the way out to take care of that one probe, and then EG.IdrA will be taking the expansion, but BounD, he can assume the expansion is going down after he loses the probe without seeing it, just again because he saw EG.IdrA didn't have any gas then. And that one probe is going to be taken out. EG.IdrA going to be sending that one drone up to take the hatch, and even BounD does see that, so he does know EG.IdrA is going to be going on his 3rd base relatively soon at 25 supply. We do have that one probe being chased by the 2 lings. It looks like he will make it all the way home, and that is definitely very good. And, yep, EG.IdrA does back off. His Overlord does come in here. He is just hanging out. Does see this one gas timing, can see the probe mining gas, but he hasn't got here to click on the gas. If he does click on this, he can see the gases were taken at the same time. Just look at the difference between those 2 gas geysers, so that should tell him something. He also may have come up here. No, he hasn't got a scout on that area just yet. This Overlord may go there, but it looks like he is just poking that one Overlord there to give him vision if things go this way, it looks like. But I think that Overlord would be very good positioned right here so he can see these gases, and that timing will tell you what BounD is doing. If he sees 3 and 4 go up relatively soon, may want to worry about DTs or a double Stargate type play. But again, most Protoss players do like going on 3 bases before putting on too much aggression. We do see BounD getting a lot of Zealots, or actually just getting his 2nd Zealot right now. Also researching this +1 attack, so he is going to be doing some type of aggression, and if EG.IdrA does see that +1, he will know, okay, it's going to be some type of +1 attack on me. And then if it doesn't come by, like, I want to say the 8:30 mark, then he could be thinking, okay, it may be like a +2 Blink Stalker attack. So we'll see if any of those do happen. Zealot is going to be moving out. That +1 is about halfway. He is just going to be holding this watcher. Actually has a Zealot over here, so this is the 2nd Zealot that is going to be coming, and he will be putting on some Zealot pressure to this one base. However, I no longer like this. This used to be really good, and then Stefano showed us how you can defend with drones and a queen against just zealots. Like 2 zealots with drones and queens, you won't kill anything if the Zerg player has decent micro, which IdrA does, so they don't really have to produce lings to deal with it, just because the micro between drones and queens is so strong against zealots, even though IdrA does have more than enough lings to deal with this if he has the help from his queen. Just sacrificing 2 lings right there, going to be falling back to his 1 hatch. The Overlord now going to be moving back. He does see the 3 gates plus this Twilight Council, and then he is going to possibly see the Forge still researching after that +1 finishes. We do have IdrA throwing up 2 Spine Callers, and that may be a bit of an overreaction, but he did see those gateways go down, so he is just getting defense up at his 3rd base because these rocks have not been taken out yet, so he needs to keep defense at both bases. And IdrA with that Queen Micro again, going to try to keep that alive, and the 1 Spine Caller goes down without being cancelled, so this was not an overreaction. IdrA hasn't pulled the drones, which is a little bit odd. Generally, when we see players like Stefano, he does pull the drones, but 11 roaches are coming out. Those drones are going to be going back home. We do have 6 zealots here, going to be chasing, trying to get these drones because they were taking out that 1 pylon. The roaches now coming out with some micro. They will easily be able to take out these zealots. I don't even think he has to micro them, but he will anyways to keep those roaches alive. This one does go down. Bit of a blunder there for IdrA. Now he may lose another one, but those ones with the red going back in the back so they don't get hit by those zealots. Very nice job. We don't have BounD warping in anything else, so if he got a few more Stalkers, he may have been able to kill a few more roaches, but that does say, okay, he is going on that 3rd base. This one Overlord does not go down, 7 HP, but the sentries could go around and take it out. We do have 1 hero sentry. Gonna be, oh no, wait, yes he is. He is queued up to go and take that Overlord out. And notice BounD only using 1 sentry because he doesn't need... he morphed in a few. Okay, never mind. Forget that. We do have IdrA now going to be moving out with roaches and lings. He does have his 3rd base up, but it is up to IdrA. As I did say in the beginning of this game, to put the pressure on because it's so easy to take 3 bases for a Protoss player, so he is going to be coming with roaches and lings, but he doesn't have the speed on the roaches just yet. Does he have a layer up? Yes, he does. That speed about done. This looks like it is going to be timed with the speed. Is he going to wait and just let a few more roaches come? No, he's going to go in without speed, and this is very bad because it allows the Protoss player to have more time to get those force fields down, and also Stalkers could just kite the roaches. So IdrA is going to be coming in here just trying to hit a big timing before the Protoss player got any Stalkers out, and that is the benefit to coming here before the speed finishes. He goes in a whole warp cycle before, and that's like 5 less Stalkers he has to worry about. So it could be good. Now microing those roaches in a little bit in an odd direction. The 1 Stalker does link back, and now these roaches are going to be going to their death. We do have IdrA getting an infestation pit up now, and their sentries still trying to take out those destructible rocks. Going into this loss tab, we do have IdrA losing around 600 minerals more, but he is up by 20 workers, and he did take out a few sentries there, so he is feeling safe to take his 4th base. So even though it didn't look like he did damage, he killed like 3 or 4 sentries, which is pretty darn good. We do have a small worker transfer going over to this base again. 57 workers, a 58 to 74. IdrA is just going to be macroing up like a beast. That 1 queen could be injecting. This 1 queen could be injecting. Oh my, okay, there we go. Inject spree has when. He also has a macro hatch with a macro queen that just came out, so he is going to have so much lava. He could produce like 30 drones if he wanted to instantly saturate this base, but he is already at 80 workers, so he is just going to be producing units from now on. We do have the +2, or +3 actually, ground weapons for the Protoss player, while IdrA still working on 1-1 with that fungal growth research. We do have the Observer now coming up from BounD, so he will be able to see what IdrA is doing. And, well, that could be good. If he sees his 4th base, that may be cue for him to go attack. He has gained that Robo base, so those Colossus will be coming out, and BounD is moving out. We do have IdrA scouting with this 1 link just to make sure the Protoss player is on 3 bases. He doesn't want to be 4 base to 4 base, because the Protoss player is equal to the number of bases you have. That is not a good sign. You're going to have a bad time. Protoss does equal your bases. The Observer now going to be coming and is going to see some drones transfer, and that may tell him right away, oh my god, you have a 4th up. But BounD isn't going to be too scared of that because he does have Colossus on the way. His +3 is almost done. So once his +3 finishes and he has 2 Colossus out, I think he is going to be moving out. I think 2 Colossus is the magic number to just one-shot lings down. Especially if you have the +3 attack. I don't think they deal 35 damage per volley anymore. They used to back in the beta, but no more. They can't one-shot Marines. That would just be silly. EG.IdrA with this one Ling still on patrol. Just keep an eye between these two bases. Also has one Ling right here. Notice that EG.IdrA doesn't have Burrow, not getting Burrow, but something a little bit unique as he is getting Neuroparasite, which can be good to take over Immortals or even Colossus, but Colossus is a little bit risky. You generally have a better time taking over those Immortals. However, if there's Colossus, you're going to have to take over those Colossus. Also, it is approaching the 18-minute mark in the game, which Motherships do come out, so maybe this Neuroparasite is just him preparing against Mothership play. Because you never want to see a Mothership and not have it done, because then they're free to do what they want. We can see the Stargate coming up. Will he actually get a Mothership around the 18-minute mark? Will I be correct about that? We do have those Lings coming in. They want to deny this one base. He wants to keep the Protoss player away from 4 bases as long as possible. Ling's going to be running in here. Those Lings are at 1-1, and that Nexus does get taken out. No cancel. He also does get to see that BounD is at 3-0, and there is a Colossus out, so he is going to have to start building Corruptors and Broodlords. He isn't going to really get any Lurges because those are supply inefficient. These Lings will be great for doing run-bys and just counterattacks, and the Infestors and Broodlords is going to be what makes EG.IdrA's bulk of his army to prevent the Protoss player from attacking him. And these Lings will just keep the Protoss player in check from mass expanding because Broodlord Infestor is very, very immobile. The one thing I do not like is EG.IdrA does not have Burrow. The Fleet Beacon is on the way. That will finish around the 16:30, so it looks like 18 minutes will be when we see a Mothership, but we have the Broodlord starting to morph already. EG.IdrA still happy on 4 bases. He is, though, going to be taking a 3rd base, and this one gas only has 2 guys in it. A little bit of a mistake. I think both those guys only have 2 drones in it, and EG.IdrA very gas-stuffed. 17k minerals and 100 gas. 3 guys. And it looks like everywhere else is good, so he is missing around, I want to say, 40 gas per minute. Maybe it's a little bit more, but those Lings are going to get away. He does not get a chance to cancel this 3rd base. He does, or actually the 4th base. He does see 3 cannons though, and he is going up on his 5th base, so it is okay if the Protoss player gets on 4 bases. It's not good. It's never good to let your opponent take an expansion. But EG.IdrA just massing up that scary Broodlord Infestor army, and now he's going to be spreading his creep, moving around with those Spine Crawlers, and just going to total and take half the map. Maxed out Zerg can be the maxed out Protoss if you keep your Broodlord spread apart. But EG.IdrA, he does not like Protoss, and I don't know if he is going to be keeping those Broodlord spread. That's something I have only seen Stefano and Damaga do a good job. Of course, the Koreans do it as well, like DRG probably does it, but Damaga and Stefano do such a good job at keeping the Broodlord split up against Vortex. We'll see if EG.IdrA can follow tail. It's never easy to split air units up. We do have BounD just kind of turtling up. He is at 180 supply, EG.IdrA at 200 supply, going into the drone count, 91 drones to 75 workers. So BounD does have the larger army size, just barely 105 to 104. But as the game progresses, of course, he will get 10 more in his army, and that Mothership will be coming out. Oh my god, how close to 1830 can I get? And drones going to be coming out because, again, he had 90 drones. He doesn't need that many. He is just getting Spore Crawlers, Spine Crawlers, Spore Crawlers to help against Cloaked. And also, they do some damage to Void Rays, Motherships, and whatnot, but probably just to stop DTs from running past or through the middle of the map. And we do have both players turtling up, and oh my god, this larva from EG.IdrA, 66 larva! He can produce so much food, but he doesn't have that much gas or minerals. I guess 3k minerals, but with 66 larva, he is definitely bound on his resources. We do have a big drone transfer going over to this base, but let's check his saturation. Now, it looks like he's good over there. This one base looks like it is good, but he can transfer a few very shortly. This one base looks good, and this one base also looks good. However, these 2 gases with 2 drones on them, I do not like that. 3 on these gases, so this is definitely a mistake from EG.IdrA. Going over here, 2 guys and 3 guys, so this one only has 2. EG.IdrA going to be running a bunch of Lings in to try to take out the 5th base. And will he be able to do it? Those Lings are at 2-2. And that Nexus is going down. We do have a lot of units coming in. And there's cannons taking out Lings. Will they get it? It looks like that Nexus will live with just a few hundred HP. The blink does go down. Oh my god, it's getting a lot closer than I thought. 124 HP. And EG.IdrA now just moving out in the middle of the map. What he did there, not only could he have possibly taken out this base, but he forced the army to go right here, which meant it was absolutely safe for him to take the middle of the map, but these Broodlords are not spread apart, and that is definitely not good. against this mothership. Going to the upgrades, it is 3-2 for the Protoss. No shield upgrades. IdrA at 1-1 on his air, 3 armor, and now those links probably have 3 attack. No, just 2 attack, 3 armor. He is getting the adrenal glands upgrades, and we will have an attack relatively soon. I'm not exactly sure when that will take place. We do have the 5th base though up, and IdrA going to be staying just +1 base ahead, taking his 6th base, so always want to stay 1 ahead of your opponent. Do have lings over here. Still not burrow. That is really interesting. If IdrA had burrow, he could just keep a better eye on these bases because an observer is not floating overhead here, so the BounD is now going to be taking another base. IdrA, is he going to go on his 7th base, or is he going to be fine at 6 bases? At 6 bases, you don't really need any more. As you do see, every base does have good saturation, as I did go through it, but this one base looks like he did transfer those drones he needed away, and yeah, not oversaturated anywhere, but still 2 guys on each of those gas. And we do have an engagement. My bad. Vortex is going down. A few Brutalers look like they were in it, but we still have more on the sides, and all these Spine Callers just doing such a good job at stopping the Protoss player from moving. And Urkons are now in that. We will see how many Broodlords do come out. That is a handful of Broodlords all going down there. IdrA, though, going to be reproducing 7 Corruptors on the way. Those handful of Broodlords over here doing what they can. Infestors in the back, fungal growthing. Not many Stalkers left, and that is the anti-air, so BounD is going to have to back on off. At this time, BounD was not building units, only building 3 Stalkers right now. That is a huge mistake. How many gateways does this guy have? Okay, he has plenty of gates, but he can morph in lots and lots of Stalkers. I'm not sure why he isn't. You can look at this, 9 Stalkers he could morph in, but he just isn't, and IdrA not happy about the state of the game. A lot of his Broodlords did go down. IdrA, though, a little strapped on money. He is at 140 supply, while Protoss is at 182. We do have a Warp Prism over here to try to take out this one base. And IdrA definitely behind in this game as a bunch of DTs and, oh no, just few DTs to take down this one hatch. That may be a little bit of overkill. That hatch is definitely going to be going down. And IdrA, he is in a little bit of trouble, but if he keeps his Broodlord spread apart, he is still definitely in this game. We do see that BounD, during the battle, he is not big on macroing. He was definitely watching the battle a little bit too much. I think maybe I missed it. Maybe he did macro. A lot of DT is going to come, going to target this one Spore Caller, hopefully get the Spore Caller down. And it looks like he is going to fall to DT. He's not really worried about that. We do have another Zealot just walking on over here, and a few drones do go down. That's not going to bother IdrA all that much. He is strapped on cash though, getting more and more Broodlords, and had Debug has shown us anything, if you get like 20 Broodlords out, you will beat any ground force. I don't care if they have vortexes, it'll only get like 6 Broodlords, and then you still have like 14 left. And that is definitely a lot of Broodlings, and we'll see what those upgrades are on them. As soon as he shoots one out, maybe we can go to an Evo Chamber. He is at 3-3 on those Broodlings. Gonna be at 2-2 on his air relatively soon. Actually, already at 2-2, working on +3 flyer attack. We do have Zealot on hold position. These Spine Callers proving their weight in gold right now. And the Protoss player is going to be a 1 base ahead of IdrA, but IdrA's force is looking mighty scary. He is almost back to 200 supply. Protoss hasn't been putting any pressure on, and that is 18 Broodlords, so it's going to be up to these Stalkers. We'll keep an eye on their health. And oh my god, Neuroparasite is going down on those Urkons, but a Vortex does stop the Neuroparasite. But because it went on those Infestors, it doesn't go on these Broodlords. These Broodlords are free to do so much damage. We do have another Vortex momentarily. That is only 5 energy away. Is he going to get another one on those Broodlords? IdrA doing a great job at keeping those Broodlords spread apart. 4 Broodlords do come out of the Vortex, but no Urkons were there. And IdrA does hold that, and there's not another Vortex on this mothership. IdrA going to be pushing forward. There are only 18 Stalkers out with 19 Broodlords. 10 High Templars being morphed right now. BounD is going to get a lot more Urkons. He doesn't have enough for another toilet. Put that mothership very close to being taken out. Spine Caller is going to be pushing in. IdrA has a scary army. 194 supply to 176. Hasn't really lost anything there. We do have a big Zealot whooping over here. There are a few Spine Callers, but there's more Zealots than IdrA will be able to deal with. I think we will find out. Maybe we won't. We won't be watching that as this engagement is about to happen. Will BounD be able to get the toilet to save his life, or will IdrA just have the beautiful split? And looks like those Zealots have been taken out, and even going to be building more Spine Callers, and those Zealots going to get morphed in even more. Spore Caller burrowing to take out this one Warp Prism, but not actually in the burrow move. But IdrA is going to be moving in with these Broodlords, and BounD is in a lot of trouble. He does have 5 Urkons and 18 Stalkers, but that is close to 20 Broodlords. Actually, 22. It is over 20. Those things are at 3-2 upgrades with +3 on the ground attack on those Broodlings. Infestitarians do come to deal with that. Here we go. Mothership is going to be coming in. We'll get a Vortex off. 4 or 5 Broodlords do go in, but there's more than enough to handle him with all these Spine Crawlers underneath. I don't even think those Urkons got a chance to walk into the Vortex. A big blink does go off on those Stalkers, but those Broodlords staying split, just doing so much damage. Here we go. Broodlords do come out, and there are no Urkons underneath, and IdrA does take over the Mothership, but it does manage to get away. However, the anti-air is now lacking for BounD. I don't know if it can deal with an A move right now from IdrA with all of his Broodlords. That before the battle he was at 22, now he is at 18. I don't know why he's taking out that, but apparently he wants to take out those destructible debris, and we do have BounD with the DT right here, kind of keeping IdrA contained. And if he takes out this base, he can actually win this game still, because IdrA doesn't have that many more options of mining. So if he takes out this one base, this will essentially kill off IdrA's income, because he will only be mining from this base. Another battle going down, a Vortex does go off on a lot of those units. And we're going to see there's not really any Urkons in that. Fungal Growth going down on those Urkons, prevent them from getting in here. Broodlords will be coming in. BounD's trying to get underneath of them. And here we go. The Broodlords do come out. That is a handful, but there's plenty in the back. Storm going down, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Those Infestors still have some energy for Fungal Growth, or even a lot of Infestitarians if they want to just kill the Mothership. We do have a few Corruptors. That Mothership is going to be going down. Goodbye, Mothership. Broodlord's going to be coming in, and now it's up to these Stalkers to win the game. But when there's more Broodlords than Stalkers, that is not a good thing. BounD has to do something to kill off IdrA's Econ. And IdrA with the sieging army from hell. I don't think BounD can do anything. But again, this one Warp Prism, if he can get a lot of DTs, if he morphs in like 4 DTs, then drops him on a Spore Call, drops 2 right here, 2 right here, and then goes and attacks this one, kill off all the detection, he can take off that base. It is still possible for him to kill off IdrA's income. And we'll see Broodlord after Broodlord falling to these Stalkers. BounD getting in a very nice position to pick those Broodlords off. IdrA doesn't have that many minerals left. Will these Zealots and DTs be enough to take out this base? It is all going to come down to this base. If BounD does take this out, it could be lights out for IdrA. He doesn't. Oh, no, maybe not. IdrA does get another base over here, so he does have another mining option. And that is very nice for him. Broodlord staying split, just kind of trading against these Stalkers, but IdrA is not in the position where he can just trade cost efficiently. All the Zealots now going to be going for this one base. Infestors do get pulled back. They have been depleted of energy. Still plenty of Zealots. Those Infestitarians do go down. Now the Zealots going to be trying to take out this one hatch. So it looks like he has given up on this one. Just going for this one. If he takes out this hatch and finds this hatch, IdrA will still be in the same position of not having any real mining bases. IdrA trying to just move forward with his Broodlords, take out all those Stalkers. We do have BounD going to be taking out these drones. Will he take out both the hatches? Infestors do come on. Fungal Growth with a few Broodlords. Those Zealots do get taken out. This one Warp Prism kind of forgotten about. Those Zealots not attacking this one hatch. Big mistake right now from BounD. There he goes. Going to be moving in those Zealots. And IdrA, is he going to be doing this? Is he going to move in for the attack? Do we have another Mothership? No, we do not. It is about halfway out. 3 Broodlords on the way. And those Zealots going to be taking out the larva. We do have this one base now mining. If this base goes down, IdrA will be in trouble yet again, because he will just be mining off this base while BounD mining off this base, and he can also bring guys over this base. Going over to his saturation, that is a lot of probes just on this base. Would be beneficial to transfer those over to this base, but IdrA's going to be moving in with all the Broodlords. While these Zealots do come in over here trying to take out their Spine Crawlers, that is not going to be working for him. Fungos do go down on those Stalkers. That is a lot of Broodlords, and their Stalkers going to get taken out. Just look at all the Broodlings out on the map. And this is it for BounD, I think. He was not successful taking out this one base, and IdrA has 16 Broodlords to the 17 Stalkers. Stalkers blinking out underneath. Fungal Growths do get out. Broodlords michaeling back, just shooting out those Broodlings. And look at the Stalkers fall. Will BounD be able to woof in stuff and take out this base? I don't know. But the Nexus is going to be falling. BounD is doing a big transfer over to this one Nexus. IdrA Gonna take out the Nexus. The Mothership does spawn, and there goes the EG.IdrA. Does take this game. Neuroparasite goes on the Mothership. What an exciting game. And we will be going into SC2 Gears momentarily. I did not have it up. As you can hear, it is trying to update. But oh my god, that one game. And while we want to go in this, I think it was around 22. Okay. So while I pull up SC2 Gears, I will put it in BounD's perspective so you can see if he's actually morphing in units. We're at ×2, so I can upload this. Not upload, find it. Okay, we're just about at the battle. So we're going to see if he does end up morphing stuff in. Going back, building that, moving the Stalker. It's going to happen any second, so... Okay, moving. Here's the start. Wait, pause. Paused. Okay. So let's look at these gateways real quick. So all his gateways right now do have a warping cycle. So as soon as units die, because he is at 200 supply, he can start warping in. We'll see if he actually does that this whole battle. So keep in mind, he can warp in the entire battle. We'll see when he ends up going to it, and how cool does that Archon look right now. So just keep an eye on his supply during this battle. It is on normal speed. Just going in. Goes there, did not whoop in anything. He was still at 200. 190 supply, 186, 184. Keep in mind, he still has a whoop in 182. There he goes. There goes a whoop in back 200. So he does do it in the middle of the battle. I was wrong there. We'll see if he ends up doing it again. Pause it right now. What happened? That is really smart by EG.IdrA. We will back this up just a few seconds. Hopefully we can do that. But this... Okay, this is what fooled me. Why I didn't think he was doing any macro behind this. Keep an eye out. There's nothing right here. He is going to whoop in at this one pylon. And EG.IdrA runs Lings back here. And these Lings are going to target the Colossus down and also stop these Stalkers from going into battle. So he goes there. I think he goes on hold position underneath the Colossus to deal damage with them. And now attacks some of those Stalkers. So now in this battle, the Stalker reinforcement does not get in. And that just allows the Brutalists to do so much more damage. Keep in mind, look, there's a few Stalkers there, and then how many are over here? About equal. So he could double his Stalker force in this one battle, and there's not many Broodlords left. But because the Stalkers have kind of got the retarded AI syndrome, because EG.IdrA did that little Ling trick in the battle, Stalkers don't go into battle. The AI or anti-air does lack. We'll see if they end up going in. Now they are coming in, but more Stalkers have fallen. That was very smart by EG.IdrA, and BounD does have to pull back. So that was nice play during that whole battle. But we will go into SC2 Gears and check the APM out and do all that funny stuff. And then that will be the cast. Again, hopefully you do enjoy these. I know I enjoy casting them. So, going into, oh my god, macro APM for BounD 39, EG.IdrA 42. That is a horrible, but EG.IdrA does have good macro, so he is just so gosh darn efficient with a redundancy of 25%. Micro APM 113, BounD at 70. His BounD's efficiency was at 35%, or redundancy, I should say. So EAPM for EG.IdrA 115, BounD at 71. The thing that many people can't wait to see is the 10-minute mark of EG.IdrA. His creep inject 10-minute, the golden 10. And he does go on 3 bases, but 17.4 seconds. That is not good. We do see people go to, like, to 5 seconds in game. So what was EG.IdrA doing with his queens? Was he doing injects? That is what we will be checking. So going back into the game, let's just keep an eye. This is at 8:25, so we'll go to 7 minutes. 8. Okay. Okay, that is this Zealot aggression, comes at 8 minutes. And you can see, am I in the game? No, I'm not. So 8 minutes, we do have this Zealot aggression. So this queen does die. And during all that Zealot aggression, inject ready on this one hatch. So he's missing one right here. Still not injecting on this hatch. Game Mind is busy doing this stuff, but this one hatch missing an entire inject right there. IdrA at 8 minutes and 15 seconds is going up on 50 energy on that one queen. This one at 42 energy. So this little aggression, even though these queens were not pulled off, you can see it's really just stopped IdrA from injecting. There he goes, getting this one hatched, but this one now floating. So definitely not good on IdrA right there to start the game off with his injects. Go ahead and build tech strats, and we'll just look at this. End game. Ability groups. 95 fungal growths. 11 neuroparasites. 36 infested terrans. 4 vortexes. 29 blinks. 146 morph to archons. That's more than I thought. How many high templars were built? 46. So that's gotta be wrong. There can't be 146 morphs to Archon. I don't think you can cancel those, so I have no clue what happened there. 171 Stalkers built, 128 Lings, 294 drones, 92 probes, 56 Corruptors, 47 Infestors. Going back to the game, we'll look at workers killed at the end. 37 drones have been killed. Resource efficiency. IdrA lost around 10,000 less than Protoss. IdrA is more efficient than the Protoss player. You don't see that very often. And will we see Protoss spending more than IdrA? No, we will not. IdrA spending around 23k more minerals and 26k more gas. So, double the gas and about 25% more minerals. So overall, IdrA was just so darn cost efficient, and I think a lot of it does come. I did go back in the game. We did look at the Protoss player was oversaturated on his third base. He wasn't the best at transferring his drones when he hit saturation. IdrA, on the other hand, was. So while Protoss had more bases than IdrA, IdrA was just mining more efficiently. So hopefully you enjoy the cast. Take care, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.